I had a father who was a narcissist. I had a mother who was an alcoholic, and I am perfectly happy. And I would like to tell you more about that. Um, Both my parents were addicts. You know, the alcoholic is addicted to alcohol, and the narcissist is addicted to attention. So I grew up and had two parents who were more absorbed by their own addiction than being parents. The most important thing we can give our children is connection, contact, stillness, presence, our presence, to be with them and simply listen to them and be curious of who they are and how they are and how they feel. That's one of the greatest gifts we can give our children. I didn't get that. So I grew up, and since my mom was an alcoholic and she started drinking in the morning, she wasn't really present mentally or emotionally. So I was very alone. Even though she was physically there, I was alone. My father was my only role model in that sense. So I took after him. So when I grew up and was in my early 20s, I had clear narcissistic traits because I was modeling him from him. So I had clear narcissistic traits. However, I had the feeling that I wasn't happy. My life was not good. So I knew that something was wrong. And my parents grew up in a time where there were no options to change. They didn't have the option of going into therapy. I did, and I did go into therapy. When I was 23, I started therapy. I had narcissistic traits. I had codependent traits. I was invisible. I had no idea who I was. I had no idea what I wanted. I knew a lot about what I didn't want, but I didn't know so much what my values were, who I was, who I wanted to be, who I wanted to grow into. And it's taken me quite a few years to learn that most of what we are is actually reprogrammable computer. It sounds a little blah to say that we are computers, because we are a lot more refined than computers, or at least this manifestation is. Of course, the thing we really are, spirit, is a whole other matter. But the personality, the manifestation, the thing we are here on earth, the personality, is reprogrammable. There was a time, and it's not so long ago, where you thought that people who had PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, from, for example, being veterans in the war, that was incurable, that was something you just had to medicate, and then people had to live with it for the rest of their lives. Not the memories, because they will never go away, but the consequences of having seen and done what they had seen and done. That there was no way of changing that. Today we know better, fortunately, and CPTSD, which is complex PTSD, which means that is the emotional version of PTSD, can also be, I don't want to say fixed, but I want to say recalibrated or transformed, because of course the negligence and the abuse and the emotional incest that I experienced as a child is still there. The stories are still there. Everything I experienced is still there. But now I see the point of it. I see why I had to go through all that. And I see what triumphant journey it has been for me to actually transform from an invisible, abused, neglected little girl into an empowered, happy woman who chooses her own, who makes her own life choices and travels the world. So I would like to talk more about how I got here. But first I want to say that if you like this video and if you find the topic interesting, I would like you to subscribe. Use the red button and subscribe, please. That's a way of showing support for a channel that you find interesting. You won't get notified if you click subscribe. You have to click the bell also if you want to get notified of new videos. So you have a choice. That's good. But I would appreciate much if you would support the channel by subscribing. Anyway, so my plan is to have interaction with you who are watching this video. I want an interaction where you are telling me what challenges you have in your life, and then I will tell you how I dealt with a similar challenge in my life. That way I will pass on tools to you that are not just me sitting here blabbering blah 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 blah, but I'm actually giving you what you need to move on in your life, to get the life that you deserve. And that is such a cliche to say, but since we are born as perfect beings, not unflawed, but perfect still, we deserve a perfect, wonderful, beautiful life, full of growth and love and laughter and curiosity and experiences. So I would like to be a person who helps you with that. If you are interested in that, write a comment below what your biggest challenge is, or feel free to write me a message. You can find me on Facebook. I am on Facebook as Maria Wolf. So send me a message and tell me what you need to learn or de-learn. And I will see if I can help you. I'll make you a video on this channel to deal with that issue. So you can be anonymous and still get help, and I can give and pass on the tools that I have gotten in my journey throughout life. So be safe and be you.